you wouldn't find the book. But you don't have to, because I will link it in the description. Alright, so let's begin. I did not have time to fact check any of these facts, so let's hope that because it was published, it's actually true. North Korea and Cuba are the only countries in the world where you can't buy Coca-Cola. That's interesting. Just North Korea and Cuba, so every other country on earth you can. Philippines has the shortest population of people in the world, with an average height of 5 feet and 1.8 inches. I don't know how much that is in centimeters. I looked it up. It's 157 centimeters roughly. Really, that's interesting. Or 156 probably. Average height, and I guess this includes man and woman. Interesting. If you're wondering, I am 5'5", I think. I know in centimeters I'm 163 centimeters. I know that for a fact. I think that's roughly 5'5". Okay. The Netherlands has the tallest population of people in the world, with an average height of 6 feet. Man and woman again. Yeah, that's really tall. Okay. The world's most quiet room is located at Microsoft headquarters in Washington State. The room was designed specifically to be quiet and measures a background noise of minus 20.35 decibels, which is 20 decibels below the threshold of human hearing. I feel like I would need to be in this room right now because I'm hearing so many noises from outside and it's disturbing the videos. I have to cut it. I would love to be in this room. Okay. Only 3 countries don't use the metric system: the USA, Liberia, and Myanmar. Interesting, so everybody else uses centimeters. The suburb with the longest name in the world has 85 letters. The town is named... There's no way I can say this. Okay. Taumatawa-katangihan ga-ko-wa-wa-ustu-tamatea-turi-pukakapi Kimaung Ahorunuku Bokaiwe-Nuakitanatau, and is located in New Zealand. I've definitely failed that. I know that. I'm sorry about that. 4 babies are born every single second. So, a lot of babies were born from the time you started this video. 4 babies every single second. So now 4 babies. More 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 4 babies. That's crazy. Okay. The average person will spend 6 months of their life waiting for red traffic lights to turn green. That is a lot. 6 months. 6 months of their life. That's crazy. A blue whale's heartbeat can be heard from up to 2 miles away. Wow. A lightning bolt contains enough energy to toast 100,000 pieces of bread. See, that's why I do not wish to be outside when there's a storm. I don't mess around with lightning and storms. It's scary to me. I mean, there are people who have survived the lightning, but the chances are slim. Victorian said prunes instead of cheese when taking a photo. Victorian era still considered smiling in photos to be uncivilized and something that was reserved for the poor, so they said prunes as it would help them to avoid smiling and look serious. Well, first of all, I feel like that's rather silly, but also imagine you're taking a photo and you just say prunes. Prunes. Why would you even say that? Like, just stand still and don't do anything. That works. Wait, you cannot smile. That works. The world's largest pyramid is in Mexico, not in Egypt. The Great Pyramid of Cholula has a base 4 times the size of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Well, that must be interesting to see. I would love to go there one day. Definitely. The expiration date on bottled water is for the bottles themselves, not the water. After expiration, the plastic will start leaching into the water. I've heard about this before, and I mean, technically, isn't it leaching into the water from the very beginning? Slightly, just slightly, you know? Which is why you shouldn't overuse plastic bottles. Yeah. Anyways. On average, South Koreans are 4 centimeters taller than North Koreans. I can imagine that because of the food, probably, right? There isn't that much food in North Korea, so of course that impacts growth. And in fact, a lot of elderly in South Korea are rather small, way smaller than me. NASCAR race car drivers lose up to 10 pounds during a race due to sweating. That is a lot. That is a lot. That is what, like 4 kilograms or something, just due to sweating. That's insane. The funny bone is actually a nerve called the ulnar nerve, which is responsible for telling the brain about feelings in the ring and pinky fingers. So this is the bone that when you hit it, it feels so strange. I don't know, probably. The most widely printed book in the world is the IKEA catalog. The catalog is printed 200 million times each year, which is more than the Bible, the Quran, and the entire Harry Potter series. How is that even possible? 200 million times each year. Do we even need that many IKEA catalogs though? Do we? See, I thought that it would be like Bible or the Quran, but apparently not. I'm thinking like, even whenever I went to IKEA, I never got a catalog. Interesting. When you crack your knuckles, the noise is made by gases being released. These gases are trapped between the joints and are released when you crack your knuckles. I am uncomfortable now. I do not like this fact at all. Okay. The largest snowflake in recorded history was 15 inches wide. There is a fly now. The fly wants to join the video as well. Where did it come from? Okay. I hope that it'll go away though. Japan experiences more earthquakes than any other country. I would believe that. The most popular name in the world is Muhammad. This is thanks to the Muslim tradition of naming the firstborn son after Muhammad, the Islamic prophet. So basically, if you have a family and you have the firstborn son and then another son makes another son and another son, everyone is called Muhammad. Only 2 these countries, well, a lot of countries were formed, so maybe that's why. The world's most expensive coin was sold for more than $7 million. The $20 US coin was made in 1933 and never put into circulation. A limited number were made and most were destroyed, except for 9 that were presumed to be stolen. One of these remaining coins was sold at auction in 2002 for $7,590,020. Wow, imagine you have $20 and that $20 turns into $7 million. I wish. South Sudan is the youngest country in the world. South Sudan only gained its independence in 2011 when it separated from Sudan. I am wondering when this book was published, though. It doesn't say the year. I'll have to find it later. Only 12.3% of the world's population is aged 60 and over. I would still say that's quite a lot. 12%. Depends how you look at it. But Sweden has more islands than any other country in the world. Of their 221,800 islands, only about 1,000 are inhabited. The combination of question mark and an exclamation mark is called an interrobang and was invented in the 1960s by an advertiser named Martin Spector. So, up until that point, people never used it. I found the name funny, interrobang, the exclamation and, no, the question mark and the exclamation after. I use it quite a lot, if I'm being honest. Now I know how it's called. It is illegal to own only one guinea pig in Switzerland. Guinea pigs are pack animals and get depressed if they live alone. As a result, Switzerland classifies owning just one guinea pig to be an act of animal cruelty. I love guinea pigs, by the way. Love them so much. The first written OMG was used in a letter to Winston Churchill in 1917. That's interesting. See, I thought it would be dating like much younger, you know, at least like 1990s or something, but no. Flipping a shark upside down immobilizes it up for 15 minutes. This is due to the loosening of muscles and the respiratory system, making the shark enter a state of immobility. Some killer whales make use of this fact by flipping sharks, making it easier for them to access prey. I've heard about this fact before, and I've also heard about that killer whales are little bitches, basically. Like, they are the bullies of the ocean. They're also quite smart, and I even heard of cases where they would lure people to follow them. They would pretend like they have an issue and then they would try to attack them. Like, you do not want to mess with a killer whale. I mean, just the name a killer whale kind of tells you that there might be something little wrong with them. But killer whales, and I think dolphins too, are kind of known to be bullies, but especially killer whales. Okay, The Beauty and the Beast was originally written to help girls accept arranged marriages. The original story was written in 1740 by French author Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve. I did my best here. This is actually kind of sad if you think about it. I liked the story of Beauty and the Beast growing up, but it was never my favorite. I always thought it was kind of strange. It has a good message, but then if you know the reason why it was written, it's like a lot of European fairy tales have or were written for, well, not basically for children even. A lot of them were written more for like teenagers, I would say, or young adults, which is why a lot of them have a terrible ending or some kind of hidden meaning, just like the Beauty and the Beast. I did not know that this was the reason it was written. Interesting, interesting. Evidence suggests that plants have existed on dry land for at least 450 million years. Wow, that is a lot. I can hear the fly coming back. I might have to end this video soon. Australia has more than 10,000 different beaches. You could visit a different beach every day for 27 years. Wow, that is a lot of beaches. I love going to the beach. Unfortunately, I was born in a landlocked country. If only I wasn't. Doesn't matter, I can move anywhere else. So, the national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. Sloths have been observed to occasionally mistake their own arm for a branch and fall to their deaths. Oh, that's sad. Yeah. That is so sad. I've also heard that if a baby sloth falls from its mother, it basically dies because the mother will not get it. That, yeah, so sad. There is an uninhabited island in the Bahamas that is entirely populated by swimming pigs. It's appropriately known as Pig Beach. I've heard about this. I would like to see it one day. Catnip is 10 times more effective at repelling mosquitoes than DEET, the main ingredient in most bug repellents. Interesting. In the early 1900s, lobster was considered to be a food reserved for poor people and was often eaten by the homeless. It wasn't until after World War II that it became popular with the upper class. So that's why it's so expensive, I guess. And the fly is here. Okay. Rabbits are born hairless and blind. Hares, on the other hand, are born with fur and can see. And one last fact for today. The world's largest pineapple was grown by an Australian named Christine McCollum. The pineapple was an impressive 32 centimeters, which is 12.6 inches long, and weighed in at 8.28 kilograms, which is 18.25 pounds. That is insane. Wow. Okay, so that's it. The sun is coming out again. It was raining just before I filmed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you like these fact videos, because I am on page 40 of 260